Hi, my name is Max. I come from a small town in Croatia in Europe. I've been in Chongqing for 6 years now, and before that I used to work as a manager for 2 Fortune 500 companies for a period of 8 years. Now I live here, I work in photography and video, and I love it here. I used to work for 2 Fortune 500 companies, and for the 6 years before I came to China itself, I used to work on cruise ships, and I traveled the world, literally the whole world was somewhere where I was. There is only a handful of places where I haven't been yet. One of the things that I've noticed is how much this city has developed from the time that I came. When I came where I live right now, there were still like little farms, little hills where people were still farming and they were producing food, and this is now kind of redeveloped, and you can see the progress in real estate and how the land is being redeveloped and how the land is being enriched and how the site is pushing through. The connectivity in the city when it comes to the subway lines, when it comes to the public transport, has seen huge improvements over that time. I can see that there is new initiatives in traffic regulation and how the city plans to move on. I've seen the biggest flood in the last 50 years, and I've seen how the city responds to that and how the city fastly recovers from that. And all these things like build your respect little by little towards the city, the governance, the society in general. I've traveled through China, right? And I went last year on a trip to the Deep West. I went all the way to Gansu, I went to Kunming, to Lanzhou, and I could see these developments across this huge country. And for example, I've seen food cultivation on such a high level and such a high standard that I was like blown away of. And the food cultivation was part of Lanzhou, where they have, and I asked some difficult questions, right? Like, how do you deal with the pesticides and stuff? And they said, like, we have to grow things as naturally as possible, because I think Lanzhou is one of the top 5 water sources in China, and nothing can go into the soil, so they have to grow things as biologically possible as they can. And how they redeveloped the area, which was usually barren, and now they're growing and cultivating so much food over there that it is like, it's insane. You know, I would really like to see some cultural projects being led, or having Western people who live, or expats being integrated into those cultural projects. I've been a part of a handful of them, and the learning experience between the cultures and between different points of view is very, very important.